Hi, I'm Michael Dorr, Director of Communication Services, and I'm here today with Steve Lockard, our Deputy Superintendent, and Bonitatibus, our Chief Operating Officer, talking about the changes that have been coming to HR, fiscal services, and technology services. And we're talking specifically today about the changes to technology services. So thank you both for being here. Let's just get right into it. Steve, could you tell us specifically what changes are coming to technology services?
Sure, Michael. Well, with regards to technology services, we are making two structural changes right now. And that is, we have a student information team, a team in tech services that handles all sorts of information related to students, whether it's grades, student information that goes to the schools about address and homeroom and absentee, etc. Information. All that information we utilize on a daily basis instructionally and administratively. So the first change that we're making is we are repurposing that group of student information services into our research, development, and accountability office. There is a lot of collaborative work that already happens, and we look to strengthen that. And strengthening that is going to lead to more efficiencies. It's going to lead to more prioritization of the kinds of information we need to get in the hands of our teachers, in the hands of our administrators, to be able to really impact significant change. So that's the first piece, the student information division. The second piece is instructional technology. Instructional technology right now, we have an outstanding group of employees that works with teachers, with schools, works with our curriculum folks. We're repurposing their roles to be a little more content specific, assigned to our curriculum. With the implementation of Common Core standards, with PARCC assessments coming, with a lot of change, we really feel the need to strengthen the work that is already going on with content so that our teachers can really connect that instructional technology with what they're expected to teach. Again, we have some outstanding folks doing that work, and this move really looks to just strengthen that process for us.
So, Anne, could you maybe say a little bit more about what advantages, what benefits you think these changes will bring for our customers, for our organization overall?
Mm-hmm. Well, within the business services group, some of the pieces are actually going to be giving direct services to our fiscal services, human resources, and transportation departments. And those services, I hope, will capitalize on much of the energy and skills we already have to move forward, and in some cases, catch us up. For instance, in one particular situation in transportation, we still gather data via a dial-up modem. And I think that that speaks to some of the attention we need to pay to updating. And so because we interface so much with outside vendors and other service providers, the more we're able to update and upgrade our technology, the report writing that we're able to do, how we're able to interface and do cross-functional tasks within FCPS and then outside of FCPS, the stronger we'll be as an organization.
It sounds like there's a lot going on. What is your specific plan, Steve, for making these changes, for implementing them? What's the timeline?
Right, well, that timeline's already begun. We've shared with employees the plan for restructuring and repurposing roles. And so those repurposed roles are now being advertised and they're being put out for review in terms of folks that would be interested in taking on those repurposed roles. Our timeline would be to finish the process by late spring, and for us that's late April, early May, so that we have also have some time to transition.
So are there details that still have to be worked out? What decisions haven't been made yet?
Yes. There's a second phase to the technology reorganization, and that is the infrastructure. That's our networks, our security, our support teams that help do the fixing and keeping things running. And so we are going to, beginning in July, start a process again of really examining how are we doing with that, where are our strengths, what are our weaknesses, having lots of conversation, and over a period of time coming some decisions about what do we need to put in place, or what are some things we need to start doing or stop doing. Now, I don't have a crystal ball that can say this is exactly what that's going to look like, or that these are the changes that will be made. I think we'll come to that over time. But it won't be a quick process, and it won't happen on July 2nd. It'll be a long process over the course of the next school year to really determine what are the appropriate next steps and what do we need to take our system further into the 21st century. Our superintendent has talked a lot about moving our system and our supports of our system to more of a 21st century environment.
Because technology does touch on so many different areas, I think there's a lot of interest in this. What are we going to do to make sure that people stay informed as this process unfolds? What are we going to be doing to share information with people?
Well, we've had a real tiered plan in terms of releasing information, whether it's meeting with employees in large groups, meeting with them one-on-one to answer individual questions. We've provided different Q&A resources for employees. We've provided copies of organizational charts. We're using other methods such as this communication that we're doing right now as a way of letting employees know what's happening. And as we continue to move forward with each phase, as Steve talked about, it's going to be important that as employees are selected and repurposed, that we include them in the conversations for each phase of the process.
Right. Okay. Most important question, are these changes cost neutral?
Absolutely, they have to be. We do not have any more dollars and cents. So where the number of bodies might be different, and maybe the titles of some positions might be different, when we get to the bottom line, those dollars and cents can't be any more than what we have right now.
Right. Having gone through a process similar last year in curriculum and instruction, and having a cost-neutral goal, I would fully concur with what Ann said and what I spoke to earlier, and that is this isn't about adding more or necessarily taking a bunch away. It's about rethinking our priorities and where we want to go in the next several years, and how do we take what we have and repurpose that to meet those goals.
And is there anything you'd like to add to that?
Building on what Steve's been saying about the efficiencies and what we want to be able to do to benefit students, in benefiting our employees as well, we're seeing how technology is integrated in everything that we do. And just like students are learning that technology is just part of their learning and part of their instruction, it becomes a way of doing business. So technology services is no longer a standalone entity. And I think that this vision that Steve has brought to it is going to just fan that out within the organization, and we're looking forward to that. And something else that we're building into it are also trainers for our business services group, because what we've realized is that where the technology has been there and they've been relying on tech services staff to be the experts, we want the employees who are working with the technology as the end users to be the experts. And so that training component is going to be really important, and we're very excited about bringing that along.
Excellent. Ann, Steve, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.